Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, ready? Beauty and the Beef, episode 3. We got Ryan Kahro with us here tonight. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
We have Beauty's here too. A little bit late. Dinner was he scarfed down dinner like he hasn't seen a meal in forever.
It's pretty typical.
We were discussing this before you got here that you eat more than anybody I've ever seen.
Yeah, sorry. I have a problem.
Ryan was like, I gotta be careful what I eat, and you are like, I'll eat everything.
I ate the leftovers.
So we're super excited to have Ryan here tonight because Ryan, in the last provincial election, ran for the Green Party for the riding of
Wellington Halton Hills.
Wellington Halton Hills.
Oh, look
and
at that. There I am.
Look at the picture of her on there. You look so regal. And full transparency, I've known Ryan since I was probably about 5-6 years old.
Yeah, we were little.
Wow. We were little. Mm-hmm. And she decided she wanted to get involved with politics, and we'll talk about that, and we'll figure out how and why she did that.
I think you were the first call I made.
Really?
And you were like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah. I mean, the fact that you called me is your first problem. But I also think that I appreciate that a lot. That's very nice of you. And you know that I've been involved politically for a long time. So
you're a passionate guy.
I used to be. I'm not anymore. I don't. Yeah. But anyways, I was super happy to give you advice, as good or bad as it is, and or was. But you did a really great job.
Thank you.
And you're not a traditional politician at all.
No, not at all.
So we should stop here because on our first podcast we said we weren't going to talk politics, and our first guest is a politician.
Well, she's not your normal politician.
Right. She
may look like Donald Trump. No, I think one of the reasons why we gravitate to Ryan is because she's not traditional. She's a new wave of politics, and she's also not afraid to put herself out there, and she's got a family and she's got things going on that are and she can get into why she did it and how and those things. But I think it's great that you did it.
Thank you.
Because it's not easy.
No.
At your age.
It's not easy at my age.
At your age.
Yeah. There's that.
I think that, tell us why you did it. What made you want to, first of all,
throw the hat in the ring?
I think the first thing is, why did you want to run for the Green Party, and then, or why did you want to get involved with provincial politics, and then what made you go to the Green Party?
Well, I've always been a big supporter of the Green Party. So those were my first votes since I was 18, 19. Really learning about politics, gravitated to their ideas, what they're all about, foundation, was easy to support. And then I lived in Guelph when Mike Schreiner was elected, so I got to vote for Mike. So that was a nice moment to be part of.
For people that don't know who Mike Schreiner is, he is the leader of the Ontario Green Party. Yeah. Has been for a very long time, and he is the only sitting member of provincial parliament in Ontario sitting with a Green Party seat.
Yeah, and he's doing a killer job.
First.
He's the first and the only. Yeah. I don't think there's no other member, is there?
Yeah.
No, not for Ontario.
Mike's been the leader there since, was Mike Nagy there before?
That I don't.
I think Mike Nagy was there before Mike, and Guelph, Ontario has this central base of voters that are very environmentally friendly and environmentally conscious, I guess is a better way to put it. So that's where Mike's sits, and he's loved. He's a loved guy. You think about it, there's in the province of Ontario, I'm going to guess there's 125 seats, 110 seats. Mike's the only non-conservative liberal Democrat seat. So he's got a following.
Yep. He's passionate. He's smart. He's really connected to the community. And he's very transparent. So I think he's a good transition piece from what I call old politics to what's going to be new politics.
What do you think?
I heard he's well hung too.
Really? Oh my gosh. It's all those solar panels.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Apologize to his family.
Fresh water.
My grandma loves it, Mike Schreiner. She's a big follower.
Is that where you got the info?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, family Christmas. It gets brought up.
I think that's interesting though. How old is grandma? 95?
94, yeah.
94.
Yeah.
So Mike Schreiner has the ability to attract 94-year-old environmentally, conscious people.
Yeah. Yep.
And Ryan, and I voted conservative my whole life in every federal, and because I'm fiscally, that's the way I'm dialed in fiscally. You get a little bit older and you have kids and you learn to support more liberal things, but I voted for Ryan in the last election.
Thanks, sir.
And I not only did that, I hosted a party in this very house, this bar for Ryan, because
Chateau.
Ryan asked, she's like, well, what do we do on election night? And I was like, you throw a party. And you know what? I was really proud of you. You did a really good job there. And you had a really good, I met a lot of your friends and I met a lot of people. Oddly enough, that night we had 4 people from our public school that all live here.
Right.
And we had a nice picture of the 4 of us that we haven't seen each other in forever. So it was kind of a nice night.
The other 4 people, we see each other all the time.
Yeah, we do. We do see each other all the time because you're not a very good cook.
No, I'm not. I'm a terrible cook.
So when Ryan...
I come here to eat.
Yeah, Ryan's
for me.
like, I need to talk to you about politics, which is code for I haven't eaten a good meal in a week. So...
Eat some vegetables.
Yeah, and if you're... a lot of vegetables around here. We had... and one of the things that we did that so people know at home, we had dinner here tonight, and we had a drink, and we just kind of socialized, and we didn't pre-plan anything, but we...
Do you know what the hardest thing about eating a vegetable is?
Tell me. Oh, my boy.
That may have to be cut out.
Yeah, that's got for sure. Long pause. Okay, so that's incredible, though. No, we have we're gonna save that for the vault. I think one of the major one of the ways we get to interact with our guests is to have a meal and break bread. That's what Italians would say, right? Break bread and just kind of get to know one another. And I've known Ryan forever, but Chris hasn't met her, so Chris was only an hour and a half late, so that's good.
Yeah, sorry guys.
And but I think we're intrigued with you and politics and why you did it. So tell us a little bit more about who was the one that pushed you to get involved and do those things.
Well, I had some friends around
Someone trick
me.
you into this?
Yeah, right.
I know what you should do. You should become a politician because that's a great idea.
I didn't totally know what I was getting into. But with someone like Mike in the riding next door and as a leader, very easy to choose to stand with him, and will continue to choose to stand with him.
If he leaves to go to the Liberal Party of Ontario, will you go?
Will continue to stand with Mike
Really?
if that's what
That's a
happens.
very good political answer.
Yeah, for sure.
Call the CBC News. We got something for you.
Yeah.
I think that just goes to show how loyal you are.
Yeah.
I think that's a
To the right people. I mean, politics is it's a tricky environment, and tricky is like a nice way of saying it's
nasty.
Yeah, right. It's hard and it's toxic and it's a bit old, it's a bit traditional, in not the best ways. And we're breaking out of that and changing. And it's a little scary for people and a little unknown. And we don't exactly know where to put our vote these days. People really thinking hard strategically and what to do next. And then you have leaders like Mike, and they make it really clear and easy for you that these are the kind of honest, passionate people that are there for the right reasons. Mike will get up every day for his kids and stand for the future for his kids. And I mean, you just can't go wrong when somebody's so clear and transparent about why they're doing, what their motivations are, what their intentions are, and what they're using their position to achieve for the community. I mean, I can't think of anybody more connected to the community or more passionate about listening to the community and bringing and voicing those concerns, which is probably exactly what in politics was intended for, but it got messy on the way.
So it's like You're a mom,
Yep.
and you balance kids and day-to-day life. And I think it's like super noble that you even did it. I wouldn't, like, I've been asked to do it. I've been asked to run and get involved, and I was like, man, it's ruthless.
Yeah.
So the real question is, during the campaign, how many guys slid into your DMs?
Be honest.
Be honest.
There's some.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some. I don't know if it's awkward because I think for women it's part of.
Is that normal? That's not good though.
Well, I mean, what was different for me was for it being very public because I'd been quite a private person before that.
Sure.
Wasn't really social media out there.
I'm sure you still don't know how to work it.
No, I don't.
You just showed me. You're like, what do I do with this?
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
That's us.
The first thing I did with my team, one, we made a team, and two, we hired a marketing department.
Good.
So we went after some money, and so that also provides you some protection from a lot of things that are said.
Zach, can you pull up the riding numbers, the total voters for Wellington Holton Hills in 2022 provincial election? There they are there. So just to let people know, and listen, Ted Arnott is a good friend of mine. Love the guy.
Yep.
When I was a page at Queen's Park in 1995, he was a member. He's been a member there for...
What's a page?
A page is a... Well...
Is it the young people that run around?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like being an altar boy.
Summed it up.
It's like being an altar boy, but not touched.
Right.
Okay.
So
I was an altar boy. So.
Whatever.
Oh, sorry.
It's touched, clean, dirty, whatever. And Ted's a great guy, and I know,
Yes, he's a nice man.
You like, that's how you sell it. You're like, Ted is a nice man.
Yeah.
We will have a different opinion about some things that Ted does, and Ted's in a very different role now because he's the Speaker of the House, and he's nonpartisan. Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
So Ted got 49.5% of the vote. He was actually down 5%. The New Democratic Party, Diane Ballantyne, was down 8%. The Green Party, this is the most interesting number of all, is Ryan ran 7,000 votes total. She was up almost 6% over the Green. She was up from the last time. But the really interesting fact is Ryan ran third. So in a riding that is, I'm going to guess historically, since
A while back.
No, like I looked it up one time. There's only ever been one member here win as a Liberal candidate.
Right.
I want to say her name was Mavis Brown.
Good for you.
Yeah, I remember that. I got some issues up here, but I can remember some.
This is why I called you first when I got into politics.
And local Perrin Beatty was a local guy who probably should have been prime minister. He was deputy.
Perrin Beatty,
He was deputy prime minister with Kim Campbell, who lasted 50 days or whatever she was. Only Canadian prime minister. So my point is this: is that Ryan ran 7,000 votes to the New Democratic Party, which is 7,724. And Diane had run at least once before, if not twice.
Right.
So it shows the changing of the guard of where we are, and we are in outskirts of Guelph, and I'm gonna say that's like, as much as I love you, it's a bit of the Shriner effect.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Now, Alora got into a huge pissing match over Nestle Waters.
Yep.
This town and the people in this area fought and said, save our water, save our water.ca, whatever it was. So there's a huge group of people here that are environmentally conscious.
But I think Mike was protecting the water before he got his seat. That was part of
that's why he was so...
Yeah, I think that was part of what he got into.
He was a water guy.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. He'll go to any area that needs support for a green issue, and people remember. But
I feel like that group of people are ultra loyal.
right. Yeah.
Like, I'm a vodka water guy, and I am ultra loyal to vodka water.
Amen to that.
While you sitting here drinking tequila.
You look like
I
more of a gin guy, actually.
Gin? Well, that's Zach. Zach's a gin guy.
Yeah.
That's the panty remover. You got to be careful with that. Zach will be in here and his get here before you know it. It'll be over.
Stop drinking all the beef eater.
Beef eater. That's weird.
That's what it's called.
I'm the beef. I'm the beef, though.
Yeah.
See, I was confused about that because when I saw the title, I thought that Alan was the beauty. Having known him for so long, I was like, who knows Alan and doesn't know him as a beauty?
I see.
And I thought, oh, the other guy must be the beef.
But he could be the beef cake.
That's right. You can use the term beefcake as for an attractive person as well. So you got the beauty and the beef. And
So
I didn't know that.
There's a new war on words.
you guys are going to have to think a little harder,
Beef.
harder on that.
This is like Kenny versus Penny.
Yeah, except one of those guys is unlike the other. So I'm the beauty tonight and he's the beef.
I guess I'm the beauty tonight. You're both beef, but
There we go. That's good.
I like that.
What was the most challenging thing?
A beefcake, actually, I believe
here we
the
go.
actual definition is an attractive man with well-developed muscles.
there you go.
Ooh, I guess I am the beef.
Beefcake.
Beefcake.
No. I don't eat cake. No more bread.
Right. I wouldn't say no, though.
A little bit too much gristle on you.
Yeah, well, I've been trimming fat for a while now. What do you think? So you ran. You did you enjoy the campaign stops? Did you enjoy interacting with people? I hope you say no. It'd be great if you did. You're like, I hate them. I hate kids. I hate people, old people.
No, I mean, it showed me some skills I didn't realize that I had. I mean, you have to be ready to talk to anybody, anytime about anything.
And beyond.
And you could be talking to a Democrat. You could be talking to a conservative. You could be talking to a new blue. Any conversation could go differently from...
Did anybody go at you? Did anybody be like, you stupid?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. For
Do you
sure.
feel like
How do you deal with that?
Do you feel like they did that because you were a woman? Or are you easier? I feel like if I was up there and somebody came to me,
I think it was more like Green Party. Like if people have past disappointment or they're mad about something previously in politics, it's like, why aren't you doing this? I'm like, I just got here and I don't have a seat, so I don't know what what all the aggression is for. But I really am comfortable listening to people be upset. So if you want to let it fly, let it fly. And I'd rather receive all the information that there is, whether it comes in yelling or, the way that it comes. Sometimes people just, they can't help, how their delivery is or whatnot. But you eventually get to the other side of what the issue is and what you can see together and what the purpose would be. And more times than not, we're... came to a conclusion. I know some people I remember talking to one guy and he's like, he had all these credentials, scientific credentials, nuclear physicist, education wise.
Sounds like me.
Yeah. Definitely going to blow me out of the water for smarts, right? Because people will come up to you and be specialized at what they do, right? For sure. If this is a contest about that, you're going to win. But he was saying, he said, first of all, I will never vote for you and I will never vote for your party. And
Thanks for your time.
Yeah, right? Now
check, please.
We're told to end that conversation at that point.
Well, you're taking up time.
You're taking up time and you're wasting your time and whatever. But we talked. This was a phone call. I let him talk. I heard all his points. And then I said my points. He was concerned about, if we have a majority blue and then we swing to a majority green, he's like, that would be devastating. I said, yeah, it would be devastating, but that's not the point of what's happening here. Green seats here and there are part of transition. You're bringing a voice, you're bringing representation, you're moving in that direction. The big change from blue to anything could be red is also hard, right? You lose so much momentum the different party was doing.
Do you feel like the Green Party is... Do you feel like they're a middle ground between the two parties, or do you feel like they're completely outside the box?
Completely outside the box. Yeah. I think they're great for being part of the system, but being new and fresh and versatile enough to move with fluidity and pace and match the rate of change things are going through right now. Whereas some of the more traditional parties are a little more stifled by some old thinking, some old leadership. And, you know, anytime you slow down progress or technology or whatever, you're getting in the way of some great things that could be happening.
Right.
Now, that person did decide to vote for me, by the way, at the end of the phone call.
Good for you.
He turned it around. He's like, all right, I'll vote for you.
Thank you, Dad.
Yeah.
That's good of you to do that.
Your dad's a physics major?
No, not
No, my dad.
No, yeah.
My dad's like, I'm not voting for you. And
He
you
did say no at first, and then he changed his mind.
So it's funny. It's funny because my dad doesn't listen to podcasts and he doesn't listen to anybody anyways. But
He watches Wheel of Fortune.
yeah, and like
It's a good show.
I call him every
It's a
morning.
great
Like,
show.
what are you doing? He's like, I'm watching Kelly and Ryan.
Watching the
I was
wheel.
like, oh God,
Hey, Ryan's leaving, I guess.
That's what I
thank
heard.
God.
I'm surprised he lasted that long.
Everyone's got an expiry date.
Right.
That Kelly, she's just ripping through men like
It's her name. It's all in her name.
She's yeah. Think about that.
Yeah.
How many men has she gone through? She killed Regis Philbin. She just Michael Strahan she got rid of.
She got rid of him. Tossed him aside.
Yeah, I wonder who will be next.
Yeah. I was hoping Michael would come back. I think he's gonna come
No,
back.
he's a good morning.
Guest
He's a
appearance.
good morning. We're gonna meet him when we go to New York. He's a Good Morning America guy, and
Yeah.
he is unbelievable. One thing that we are gonna do is when you see the videos and we get them up, you'll see that we're gonna do the Al's Red Liquor review,
Okay.
and you being a good Green Party girl, she's just drinking straight tequila, boys. She's not only beautiful, she's got a go gear
And out of a glass.
and out of a glass.
got
So
that.
we said, oh, we're using the red soap cups. We're like, oh, well, we clean them and we do this, we do that. And she's like, no, I want a glass. So you being a good girl. Mike could be very proud of you.
Nice. Yeah, Mike's
We're
a
going
good
to
guy.
drink.
So would my grandma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We love grandma.
We're going to drink the Stella Mar tonight. It's California Cab. Shocking. It's from Lodi. It's they've got vineyards from anywhere from Central Coast to the North Coast. And full transparency, Chris brought this.
I did.
You love this.
I love that wine.
You had it here for the first time?
It's like $20 at the liquor store.
1995?
22 with tax. Wait, that's not the right.
No, all the taxes included. 1995.
Yeah, it's 1995.
But you like it. You had it. I bought a bunch of it, and then you had it here. You're like, oh, I like this, and now he brings it here all the time. So we're gonna drink it. So Stella and Mar, thank you very much. I'll leave it here for the believers. Not like
Try
you.
it. Are you not a wine drinker? What's your drink of choice?
Tequila.
Tequila. Only
Straight.
tequila.
It's all about the plant. She's just trying to save the world. You don't drink that much though.
No, no.
You're not.
I'm not a big drinker.
No.
No.
You're not. You like horses. You used to like horses.
I grew up riding. Yeah.
Yeah. That's how Ryan and I know each other. We went to the same public school.
We talked about this in the first podcast.
What?
The horses.
What about the horses?
Towards the end of the first podcast, we talked about how you dealt with horses.
I thought you had cows.
Well, the odd horse snuck its way in there.
You know what the teaser
They
is?
do
Do you know what
that.
the teaser is?
For the cows?
No, for the horses.
I
For
do.
the horses.
Where you tease and you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's.
I know.
I was a teaser in my day.
You're still a teaser.
Yes, ma'am. Oh my gosh. I just don't have to use my hands anymore. Ryan and her. She's got she's got numerous sisters. She's got a brother, two brothers.
Two brothers and one
Two
sister.
brothers and one
right.
sister.
Half sisters.
And half sisters. And we all grew up-
Stepsisters and a half brother. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
just the whole
You were
modern
like the
feel.
Brady Bunch.
Modern
Yeah.
You
the
know what?
Brady
You
Bunch.
guys, in fairness, you guys were like the Brady Bunch, but
Yeah.
all your stepsisters and you, everyone, small town, we all went to school together.
We were on baseball team.
We were all, we little Bellwood ball,
You
yellow
have
team.
your own team.
We were our full team for sure.
Champion
There's 7 of us.
4 years in a row. Thank you. And I bat, and then for the record, I bat clean up and played shortstop. So that tells you everything you need to know.
I thought you were more of a catcher.
Yeah.
I was looking for where
You
the
look-
joke is. I'm like, there it is.
No, it's not. It's clean up, shortstop, MVP.
MVP.
Yeah, most valuable
Most
pitcher.
Primate.
They and the one thing we talked about this today about things that you remember in your life when you're little. Your mother did something for us that was extremely special to my family, my brothers and I. When we lost our mom when we were 10, 12 years of age. There was this lady, mom was killed in October in a car accident, and there was probably like November, there was this lady that we didn't recognize. She was out walking around the house taking pictures of the house. And we probably called my dad and we're like, what is this lady doing? She's got blonde hair and then we thought we recognized her. We thought that's Morgan's mom, or
Yeah, my
Ryan's
sister.
mom.
Yep.
And probably about 2 weeks before Christmas, and we were very fortunate because when that thing happened, we had a lot of neighbors that helped us out, and things that were we had women cooked us meals for decades.
Right.
Like literally, I can think of one lady that cooked us a meal every meal for our French teacher cooked us a meal for 10 years once a month. But your mom Judy photographed our house and made a replica of our home out of a gingerbread. And
Cool.
showed up 2 weeks before Christmas, and this thing was like
Detailed.
to the tits.
Right.
It was from the peaks to the house to the
It's
bushes.
like a small model home.
It wasn't
Yeah.
small. This thing was like, it was
Right.
huge. Like
Yeah.
it brought in on a.
Where is it now? Did you keep it?
Yeah, we sprayed it with hairspray and kept it. I you know what? I don't think we even we never ate it. I don't think
Yeah.
my dad let us eat it.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't.
I think it sat on the buffet in the dining room for like probably a year.
Oh, that's nice.
Pick
Community, right? We grew up in community.
Small town.
Yeah.
Tragedy happens.
Yeah, small town,
Our small town
farm
went through
country.
part of that. We
Yeah.
went through.
That was a bad year.
It was a bad year.
Yeah.
We had a small school of 225 kids, and we had one parent and 2 students die in 4 months. It was awful.
Yeah.
But it was Judy. That's kind of nice. So I kind of
Very
feel
nice.
like you get your you're
Nurturing.
you're kind of like you're dialed in that way. You like helping people.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I think it's in the blood, right? See a car pulled over with their 4-ways on, you're going to stop and see you need a hand.
Something tells me if your car was pulled over, you'd have more than a couple cars pulled over for.
Full transparency. This is the reason why I wanted you on this podcast. Is what was Al like in elementary school?
Thanks for joining the podcast here. It's been a nice night.
Alan.
Was he that guy that like dragged girls behind the portables and
Alan
smooched
dated
with
my
them?
sister briefly.
Yeah, I
Oh.
did.
Right?
Yeah, that was easy. Though.
So if we go, that was easy.
That was like grade 5
Right. So if we go back to the school, we would find your initials carved
on a tree.
on a tree,
Yeah.
Alan and Morgan.
Let's see a pic.
I mean, those trees, by the time I got done with those trees, there wasn't a lot of bark left.
Right, I bet.
Jesus.
Alan was a talker and like a fun, busy kid. You definitely stood out, always on the go.
Yeah.
Gift of the gab early,
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
sure.
should've been
Could
a lawyer.
talk. Always with the girls.
Should have been a lawyer.
We were particularly close when I ran for Fall Fair Queen
Oh,
for Caledon
All right.
at the same time that Alan decided to make a stand,
A bold move.
a bold move,
Think about that in today's world.
right?
If
You're
Man ahead of his
trendsetter.
time.
You were
I
leading.
Ahead of
was a
time.
man ahead of my time.
Yeah,
You know what?
yeah.
We've never discussed this.
Yeah.
I ran for Fall Fair Queen.
Yes, he did,
And I won.
And he won.
I buried them.
nice.
But I was actually the Fall
Good
Fair.
men know how to stay close to the girls.
I was the Fall Fair ambassador,
You were the Fall Fair ambassador.
but
For what fall fair?
Grand Valley.
You were the
Okay.
only
I,
boy.
I literally got an
think you're
email.
boy at
I
that
saw
point.
something. My little brother
Let's
sent me.
hang on. Does the circus count? Like, was he one of the carnies that? Is that part of it?
I was in a huge Tilly with the carnies in Grand Valley one night. Not the year I was ambassador, but years later at Hooley's. It's gone. R.I.P. Hooley's, but holy, what a.
Holy
No,
cow.
Ryan was the fair queen in Caledon, and I was the fair ambassador in Grand Valley because they changed the rules because there was a story about there used to be a restaurant called the Corner Restaurant where everybody went, and my dad went there, and the lady that owned it was the lady named Isabel Montgomery. She's passed away a long time ago, and the joke was I said I can beat those girls, and she says if you run in it, I'll sponsor you. It was $100 back then. It was $100, so
Yeah.
19.
It's like 1,000 now.
And I waxed them. I know I could tell you the 3 girls' names I beat, but I don't want to embarrass them. And it was like, it wasn't. Thank God it wasn't a bikini competition, but I still would have beat them. It was like
Chris Farley.
Yeah, I mean, I had a tight bod then, so I was.
But it was smart. I mean, you were the only
Frosted tips.
guy.
I did have frosted tips at the time.
Yeah.
And was there like 200 girls? You just surrounded yourself with fair queens.
Yeah,
It was a bold, smart move.
The deal was when I won, I got to go to the Royal York Hotel in Toronto for 3 days with 200 dimes. I just set up shop with these girls, and I was 19. So these girls like, he can drink, and I was me. And we went to
Poor girls.
There was a bar in the bottom of the Royal York called Piper's, and we went down there to watch a Leaf playoff game. It was that wouldn't be a playoff game; it would be February. But anyways, I did well. Things were good. Those were good times.
Yeah.
And then Ryan and I hung out all weekend because I knew her. You didn't know the other girls; they were from all over Ontario, and there was 3 guys. I can tell you the 3 guys' names: Scott Holmes from Orangeville and Jeremy O'Shea from London. 3 of us.
I didn't even know there was any others.
Well, that's what I do to people. You'd know Jay O'Shea.
Yeah.
And Scotty Holmes probably too.
Yep.
And those guys, you know what? I think all jokes aside, I think we did that because we were proud of our rural communities. We were proud of where we came from.
Yep.
And Caledon, that would have been tougher in Caledon. There would have been more than 3.
I really don't remember. I don't remember what happened yesterday.
Well,
But you're right. You remember better than I do.
I think it was fun. It was good. I think you being in politics is more interesting than that. But I'll bust out a picture with the sash for the Instagrammers after this. We'll get a
I
picture.
know I should find mine.
I got mine.
I think I had a tantrum and tore mine up.
Mine was.
Did you lose? Who won? Did you win?
The CNE that year?
No,
Yeah.
I don't know who won.
Her name was Julie Warren. She was from Glencoe, Ontario.
Okay. Look at this
Okay.
guy. He knows everything.
Yeah, Julie Warren.
Rain
she was
Man.
Attaboy.
Julie was a. The reason why I know that was because they lined us up double file. She was from Glencoe. I was from Grand Valley. And we were line mates.
Is it like a judging competition? What happens at these competitions? Let's get into this.
They interview you. It's a beauty contest.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, you would
You
have
have a
won.
dress,
Not
right?
a beefcake competition.
My dress?
Well, there was a need for a nice dress. I remember bringing a nice
Yeah,
dress.
they did like a gown. They did
a gown thing. Yeah.
My dress just didn't cut it.
You always look good.
I got the legs. I just don't have everything else.
Yeah. It's too bad you wore a sundress that day.
Yeah, and it was tight. No, I think they do miss. They do like a miss most congenial.
Right.
They did a winner, a runner up. There was 3 or 4 girls that are like you kind of get your clique. You remember who you're with.
They were quite interested in 4-H. 4-H backgrounds.
4-H is great.
Yeah.
4-H is probably and this is a Canada, United States global thing. 4-H is
Like the Dixie Chick song.
Oh, the
Uncle
Dixie Chicks sing
Earl.
about 4-H.
4-H club. Come on, it's you.
Most active in the FFA.
Yeah, I love that. That's so good. My girl KJ is going to love that. We're going to send that to her. No, I think it's a good life lesson, and I think that probably set you up for. Like that's probably one of the few public speaking engagements you did.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I fumbled through university and some theater and some Second City in Toronto. So there was.
Chris wants to hear about that. He's got all kinds of
Second
questions.
Cities. I'm interested.
Yeah. So Second City has a program. There's 5 levels. You can study improv there. And by the time you get to the 5th level, you perform on the main stage.
And Second City in Toronto, for those that don't know, has produced John Candy, Dan Aykroyd, Mike Myers, Dana Carvey.
Used to be SCTV.
Yeah. Like you're talking about everyone goes on about Canadians this going to.
Yeah.
You're talking about the who's who of funny in the world.
I think Canadians are probably on average the most funniest people in the world.
Our American listeners will not like this, but I will argue that Canadians own the world per capita.
Sure, we're pretty
Justin
funny.
Bieber, Drake, Shawn Mendes. There's 3.
You moved to music.
Shania.
Celine. Alanis Morissette, Celine. We just crossed all your genres, and we haven't got to the funny guys yet.
Yeah. We're
Right.
pretty funny.
And then you get into like, there's the Leonard Cohens, and there's the,
Yeah.
Brian Adams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
we're very fortunate.
For sure. It's a great skill. There's lots of diversity in that group. And
We focus so much on hockey players
right.
when we have so many other things going on.
Yeah. Well, we've all had a turn with a hockey player or two.
Jesus. You don't know what that means.
You know
Have you been
exactly what
looking
that means.
Have you been looking at my grinder? It's Ben.
Part of being
Ben, is that you?
part of being Canadian.
So what do you want to do?
Who's your favorite player?
Yeah, who's your favorite player?
I can't.
I know one.
Don't.
I know one.
No.
He's retired.
He is retired.
Oh wait, I was guessing on that.
No, I know. Look, she gives me the wink. Like, do not say it. It doesn't.
There he
Oh
is.
God. No.
That's a great, yeah.
That's the lineup
And
there.
you know what? I hadn't seen, so I saw Ryan. We always kept in touch. And then I ran to a bar one night and you were working the bar. You were working the door.
Wide open? Oh no. Grace O'Malley's. Grace O'Malley's. Yeah.
I walked there one night and I go, I remember I had some guys with me and they were like, look at the chick at the front door. And I was like, I know the chick at the front door. And I got there and she's like, hey, what are you doing? And our CT, remember CT Taylor?
Yes.
He was the king.
Yes.
He was the best guy.
Yeah.
He was the GM there. Great guy. Always took care of us. And
Passed away.
passed away.
Yeah.
And probably one of the best after parties
Yep.
when they did it at Gracie's. And
And a good guy.
great
Yeah,
guy.
great guy.
Not your average bar guy.
No.
Just a fucking great guy who took care of the staff, took care of the
Real.
clients.
Yeah. Like family for sure.
Yeah, like family.
Do you have any
Like-
good bar stories? Like funny bar stories? Like when you're
We used to go to this bar every time, and we called it the backdoor kitchen. And the reason why we called it the backdoor kitchen was we would not leave until they walked our ass out the back to the kitchen to the back door.
Right.
Tossing you?
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
I had it. Then it became a game. It's like,
Right.
well, it's 20-2. We're all banged up. Back door, and then we push somebody on the dance floor, and then the security guard was like, "You motherfuckers again." We go, and then
get some snacks on the way out. And
the first time it happened was bad, and I was like, I thought they were gonna beat the piss out of it. Guys were good. They were nice. But it was fun.
Yeah, they
It was
just
a
wanted
dance
out of the
floor.
bar. Yeah.
It was a bar. It was a bar pub.
It was Irish. It was very Irish.
It was an Irish, but it
Yeah.
it had
it
it.
still exists.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can go.
If you're ever coming to Toronto and you want a good Saturday night with some cold beer,
Grace O'Malley's.
some action, always
Right downtown.
talent, and
Live
a live
music
band,
often, yeah.
live band, and a dance floor that's tight enough just to meet a girl.
Right.
Grace
Atta boy.
O'Malley's.
Or a guy.
Poor guy.
Yeah, it is Toronto.
Meet people.
Meet people.
Any person.
What so what are you doing now? What are your aspirations? What are you going to do? Other than come here and get 3 meals a week for free.
I know, right? That's a good plan. I'm going to keep working with Green Party. Keep working with Mike. We'll see.
Are you going to run again?
Yeah, at this point, yeah, for sure. There's no
Okay.
reason not to.
I
Run
asked you
again.
because you committed to everyone at your party here.
Yeah, for sure. Run again. It went well. I mean,
Clearly, the
Yeah.
numbers don't lie.
yeah, we
The numbers are like Shakira's hips.
we
don't
only we only had
Come on,
about
Chris. Come on, Chris. I know you want to. Come on, gonna talk like that.
we
Shakira?
only had about
Ooh, baby, when you talk like that, you make my so bad.
Yeah, I love that. God.
yeah, we only
Wow,
had
she got
about
her speechless.
4 months to pull that together. So I think with some real time put in and planning, I think, well, there's some teams in place and some ideas, to do the work in the next 4 years for Green Party to
Are you
hopefully get
raising
their
money?
12 seats. Oh, for sure. Yeah,
people-
we'll come back with some money and
If
some.
people want to donate, how do they do it?
Well, best way through the website and through Mike Schreiner right now.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I'm gonna commit to hosting your after party here again
Nice.
in 20.
We might need a bigger venue because we're going to be a big deal next
Well,
election.
then we'll
I
get a
think.
goddamn tent. I don't care.
We'll get a tent.
Like whatever you want.
You conservatives can really dream big.
I'm a green guy. I'm a green guy.
He's green now.
I actually
Green
think,
now.
I actually think,
We're
I
in the
think-
colors.
I actually think you have a. Am I allowed to say what
Yeah, say what you think for sure.
you think so?
Yeah.
Do you want me to say it or do you want to say it?
No, you say.
If I say it,
you say what
matter.
you think.
That's unlike me. I'm going to make a prediction.
All right, let's hear it.
I'm going to make a prediction that Ted Arnott does not run again.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm going to make a prediction that he has had 2 terms as Speaker of the House of Ontario and that he does not run again. And I'm going to say that this seat is as wide open in Ontario as any seat is.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make a prediction
Yeah.
that if you run and people support you and give you the money and you get the money you need, because politics is money, and I hope people do support you, I will bet that you are the second Green seat in Ontario.
I like that. I'd take that bet. I'd bet on me. That's for sure.
And we're not getting paid for that clip.
We're not getting
I'm
paid.
not getting paid for that clip.
No.
It's a clip because I don't know. I blacked out there for a second.
No.
When I said the Green Party's going to win 2 seats.
No, I'm kidding.
I think
2 seats.
I think you have all the skills because you're not like other people.
Right. Yeah.
Like you're not like most politicians.
No, not at all.
What is the one thing that you do or a handful of things that you do that makes you untraditionally a politician?
Yeah, like the average age of a politician is like 50, isn't it?
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
The average politician doesn't say things the way you say them.
Right. Right.
But I like that.
Yeah.
I think that's a great thing. Zach,
Sure.
is everything okay over there? Okay.
Thumbs
I know
up.
you had a bad batch of egg salad today, so I want to make sure.
Yeah. Didn't go well for him. He had a 12-pack from Foodland.
Yeah. Don't be eating 12s.
12-pack of funeral sandwiches. You know, the little like
I love
triangles.
sandwiches. Those are the best,
triangles?
but not from Foodland and not on a Friday. If you get funeral sandwiches from Foodland on Friday, they've been there since Monday.
Yeah, well, Tuesday at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, back to you. Smashing tequila. Speaking your mind.
Speaking my mind. Yep.
What are the things that make you different and make you like? And I know you, so like you're like us.
Well, I mean, I think I see the whole thing different moving forward, see politics different. I'm not deeply invested in the past. I think in general, we're taking ideas from the past and learning from the past. And as things transition to a new future with just all kinds of unplanned emergencies, anything really day to day is happening so quickly. We're looking at different leadership styles. So you're looking at people that can step into something that's never happened before, take risks, be brave, adapt, be versatile, be responsible, be, transparent, be with the community, but lead in a way that people feel they can trust you, that they can take a risk, that we're going in a good direction, and that a lot of ideas have been thought of. And but bravery, I think we're missing somehow we got away from picking real leaders that could
Not just leaders, people
that could step into leadership roles though, and and be brave is the best word I can think of, because you can't keep using information from the past to decide how you're doing things in the future. One, you want the future to go somewhere we've never been before, and two, you're dealing with a future that's never happened before. And the skill set a lot of people are coming to the table with isn't going to cut it. They want to know what's the best path to take, what's the least risk, what makes people happy. Half these guys are polling the audience before they make a decision. Well, think it out, get the right experts in there, be bold, say this is what we need to do, and move forward with it, and be willing to be responsible, be willing to make a mistake. And pick back up and go at it again. The amount of these guys, I'm going to say people, amount of these people,
show us some love.
And maybe everybody
we all
knows
make mistakes, Ryan.
Everybody knows what I'm talking about here. But if you were raised a certain way where doors open for you,
Yeah.
and when you fall, there's a pillow under you, there are skills you don't develop.
Yep.
You just don't have the capacity to know how to meet
adversity.
Yeah, you don't know how to deal with adversity. You don't know how to get back up when you fall. You don't know how to get up when you're actually hurt. Like they've been so coddled and protected, and they get right up into a leadership role, and they actually haven't faced anything really challenging their whole life. They think they did something really smart and different to get there, and they actually didn't. They didn't work harder or do anything more special than the next person. And then these scenarios happen in front of them, and I think a lot of the time they're scared or uninformed. They haven't developed the skills, and I'm going to say a lot of moms develop this skills, and a lot of parents develop this skill of figuring out on your feet, moment to moment, what you need to
field
do.
Fit.
Right?
Field fit.
Right? But like just a different way of seeing it, dealing with it, and being responsible for it. If you don't want to be responsible for the outcome, you're more looking for somebody else to direct you.
Right.
And you're more looking for, well, what happened last time that worked or kind of worked or I got away with? What are people still going to like me on the other side with? Protecting the ego and the result, and will I get votes next time? Instead of like, did I get us through this in the best way for the planet, for the community, for the, all the responsibilities that I have when I accept this position.
So I have a question for you.
Okay.
One of the biggest downsides to the Green
That was a good
Party-
rant, by the way.
Yeah, it was really good.
Oh, thank you.
She's good.
Yeah.
You know what? The thing about Ryan is there's no bullshit. She's going to tell you the way it is. If I'm acting like an asshole, she's going to be like, Alan, you're being unreasonable, Alan.
I think more and more people are buying into that, though.
Me being an asshole?
that and just
I'm a lot better than I
People
was.
being straight.
I'm a lot bigger adult.
I mean, too much stuff has happened for people not to be able to be shooting straight.
What is your thought on... so obviously there's a thing about Mike becoming the leader of the Liberal Party in Ontario.
Right. Yeah.
And we're not going to sue you.
No.
But I think that there's a conversation around the Green Party having there's a bunch of people that will say that the Green Party was a one issue team or
Right.
one issue party.
Okay.
And I think they've made that issue very clear. It's climate change.
Yeah.
So if Mike's being courted to be the Liberal Party leader in Ontario, they're doing it because he's got the attention of a lot of people, and you're one of those people. Like, I will say this: there's Mike Schreiner, there's another candidate, and you're number 3 in Ontario. There's one guy in Parry Sound who I don't know his name, but I know
Matt Richter.
Matt Richter was the second. When I was reading about it, he was the second highest ranking guy, and he probably should have won.
Yeah.
He's a great guy. I think he's a teacher,
Yeah.
and he's ran 2 or 3 times.
he's
and
Mike Richter's son.
Yeah,
From the
he's in the
Rangers.
rafters at MSG with harps.
Yeah.
He's Richter's. He's really close to winning that riding,
Yeah.
and all accounts I've seen him on, like when they had the news channels here on election day, they were like every major media outlet was in Parry Sound. They're like, this fucking guy's gonna win. And then then there's you. Like,
Right.
you're right there. You're right there. And I think there's
We did it a bit differently too.
really differently.
Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't have any media.
No.
You called me one day and you're like, Alan, I need a place to take the guy from PEI.
Right. Yep.
And we went to Freybert's. We went to a
Right.
local grocery store
Great grocery store.
Freybert's are a great grocery store. They sell.
They don't sell like salad
Is that
sandwiches.
Peter Bevan Baker?
Peter Bevan Baker,
Yep.
who was the Green Party leader of Prince Edward Island.
Yep.
And I think Mike got sick or something, or
He got COVID.
He got COVID, so
Yeah,
he couldn't come and do it.
sidelined.
And this guy got on a plane from PEI and flew to little Wellington County and spoke to people. And Jackie and their team over there, Jackie's. I'm not going to tell you who she votes for, but she's got all local business, all local produce, local beef. They run an unbelievable place. It's beautiful. And she's like, I'm willing to list. Jackie's so smart that she's like, I'm
You gotta
willing
try
to
their sandwiches.
the best
sandwiches.
best sandwiches in the country. But
Sun-dried tomato pasta too.
yeah,
the record.
Jackie's also smart enough to know that and Jackie's so politically inclined that she's like, I'm gonna have anyone here that's willing to listen to me,
Right.
whether they're any party, and that's just. But she can separate the bullshit from the buckwheat. She knows what she's doing.
Yeah. For sure.
So for her to host you guys, I thought was great. And then her and Peter were talking about clans and Scottish tartans and whatever they're doing. And I watched you, and you just kind of stood there, and you're like, I'm going to let everybody do their thing. I was like, that's Ryan. Ryan's going to sit back and listen, which most politicians don't do.
Right.
So maybe that's your gift. Maybe that's your thing. You're a
Hey,
listener.
like I said, I like to listen to everybody. That's the only way the information comes in, and I don't have a problem with how it's delivered. I can take quite the beating.
What do you do with someone that's just not like? What do you? I guess you just cut them off.
What?
Yeah, I mean, you're looking for someone's intention, right? If somebody has no intention of getting to a point, then maybe there's nothing you can do there.
I feel like the old way to do it was like, here's a card, email me.
Right.
Yeah, business cards don't exist anymore.
Well, Hillary Clinton has them.
They do.
I wish I could refresh some of my thoughts on during the campaign, but yeah, you got some irate emails. But it's people are so scared. They're so scared.
You know what's weird for that is you are the one party that probably shouldn't get those emails.
Right. Right.
Like if you were if you were like, I know she's Mayor Hamilton, but if you were Andrea Horvath back in the day and people like you were non-union, they'd be killing you.
Right.
If you were Mike Harris back in the day and you were part of the teachers union, they'd be killing you. If you were part of Dalton McGuinty and all the rotten things him and Kathleen Wynne did, they'd be just like.
What kind of hate do you get? What kind of hate?
Yeah. Yeah, like green. I don't know.
Go get your hair
What
done
do they
again,
say?
you tramp. How many of those did you get from my
mean
family?
green tweets. Like we're gonna do mean green tweets.
It's like,
Just maybe we'll do another episode where I find my green tweets and we can comment on what was
What
said.
they should do is, if I were in politics, I would do this.
Right.
If you're going to shame me or you're going to say something about me, you should repost it.
Yeah.
You should repost it to make people aware of this is where we live in.
Right.
Or if you're going to DM you something saucy, you better know Ryan Kahro is going to be like, I'm going to put you on notice, except for us.
I mean, the DMs are funny, right? Because some are standard questions and you have
we got one tonight.
you did.
We got one tonight.
You're invited to a birthday party.
We posted a picture tonight of Ryan here. 2 DMs.
Don't put up the thing.
We're not going to put it up. One was, are you coming to my birthday party? Another one was, I can't find you on Pornhub.
Yeah.
No, it was you were invited to my birthday party.
Right.
And the other one was me asking, I can't find you on Pornhub.
Right. Like, personally from you.
Yeah. Who's this Alan guy?
You know, when the woman part, I mean, you deal with that no matter what industry you're in or what profession you're doing, maybe a little bit more on the political front. Because I would get people saying, I want to talk with you. I want you to have a conversation with me. And in general, you're encouraged to meet with people. But you kind of feel out the difference between someone wanting to socially meet you and someone wanting to politically talk with you. And so there were social reach outs, obviously, that were turned down.
Not from us.
But
So
super.
do you have a PR person that deals with that?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
She's great.
That's good.
She's great.
And
She emails me and says, what do I do with this? That's me. She's going to do the pod.
but I mean, the amount of times that I gave very good answers to someone, back and forth, and then get to the bottom and they're like, so do you want to go for dinner? And you're like, well, no. Like, I answered all your questions.
Going to the Chateau de Boeuf to see the boys.
Right? No, I don't.
Well,
Or even after the election was over. Hey, I've got some great ideas for your campaign. I'm like, the election was over. I'm not meeting you.
The best is can you come autograph my sign in my garage?
Yeah, that's fair. A lot of signs disappeared. I don't know if that's we're down a ton of signs.
# spank bank.
The police, I mean, there's a few interactions with the police where they caught people vandalizing the signs.
I don't give a shit what you say.
Okay.
I don't care. You call me the best political advisor in the world. You putting your picture on a sign is not bad for business.
No, that was all right. Plus, with my name
and by the way,
being
that
confusing.
picture was so photoshopped. She shows up here today and she walks in the house. And I was like, what are you doing? And I was like, she's like, what? I was like, I haven't seen you wear makeup and do your hair in a decade. What is going on? Yeah, look at that picture.
Out of the house.
No, the one on the left isn't Photoshop. Don't use that one. Fire that one up.
So there's levels
Blow
of
that one up.
photoshopping.
That one's Photoshopped as shit. I mean, you're beautiful.
It could
You're beautiful.
be. I don't know.
First of all, You're a beautiful person. That's
you.
what matters.
Thank
and you're
you.
lovely, and we love you. But that, I mean, that's saleable.
Hey, we bought a billboard space. So once
Where?
we did on Highway
401.
6. Yeah,
Yes.
on Highway 6. We were-
401. What you should do is you should put a billboard on 401 looking for donations, not
Right.
telling anybody where you're from.
Right. All right, we'll do that
20,000
next.
cars a day. Somebody sees that?
More
they're
than
gonna be-
that.
They'll be sitting, a million cars a day. They're like, traffic, like, I'll give her 20. Have you ever thought about an OnlyFans?
No.
Well, the reason why I ask is I'm thinking of starting one for me.
All right, what are you starting? What's your specialty? They do things,
Well,
right? Like
we're
they
gonna take some
feet or something?
The beefcake.
Yeah.
Is
the
it your
beef-
feet?
Just the spare tire.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
Oh,
all I
is
show.
that
I think
a
we're
thing?
gonna.
Is that a
The
thing?
Gutzito.
I don't know, but I think we need to I'll tell you what. I'll start an OnlyFans account, and all the money donated will go to Ryan Kahro's Green Party.
There you go.
We'll see if Mike is like twitching right now. I told Mike, I'm like, I will stand by you and we'll work together. I'm sorry if you have to apologize for me a few times.
See, I don't think he's that guy.
you
No,
think
he's a
he'd
nice
follow
guy.
Al's OnlyFans though?
I don't.
That's an important question.
If he knew the money was going to Ryan, he sure as hell do
Right.
it.
Yeah,
You're
there you
damn
go.
right he'd do
He's
it.
a good sport. He's a good
Big old
sport.
blood.
But I'll say this about a lot of guys. Like I know Doug, and I know
We would call the OnlyFans beef jerky. That'd be your account. Beef jerky.
Not bad.
I like that, eh?
I mean, probably
That was Zach's idea.
probably
Just for the
milli,
record.
probably a quick milli
Nice, Zach.
overnight.
Yeah.
I think where Mike
Belly button shots.
where Mike does well is I think Mike's one of us.
Oh yeah.
How do we make
We're gonna get Mike in here.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need
He
Mike.
probably should
Hey,
come as well.
Mike Schreiner. We're just up the street up Highway 6 and we'll be nice to you because we believe in you. And you got your number one candidate here, number 2, because Richter's 1. Let's be honest.
She's working on it.
We'll see.
She's working on it.
You want it? Do you want it?
Oh, for sure. I think I can take my seat.
Yeah?
Either color.
Dethrone.
Either color? Oh, man.
Dethroned.
And she winked at me. I've had winks at me in a bar like that, but not like that. Oh, my God. You know what? I think Mike
From the
Schreiner-
bouncer. Yeah.
Yeah, female bouncer. What are you talking about? I think Mike is really great.
Yeah.
I think what we have to do with Mike is we gotta make him cool a little bit.
Yeah.
Like he's so trustworthy.
He is.
Like that's why your grandma loves him, right?
Yeah, he's a straight shooter.
But he's a fun guy.
And he's a leader. Yeah, that's what she likes about
But
him.
he's also kind of like, I want to see Mike at a hockey game drinking beer, the way Harper did it. Harper used to go to a game and he'd drink beer. He was a Canadian guy.
Ben?
No, Steve.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Like Doug Ford. I mean, Rob's probably doing crack in the bathroom, but Doug could have a beer at a game.
Yeah.
Like Doug's getting
buck of beer. He brought it back.
He's getting pounded.
Maker or
He's
Laker.
getting pounded in the media about a fucking stag for his daughter marrying a cop, and these meatballs in the media are on him every day about how much money did they give? How much? He's $3 of my $4 married cops. Whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's a fucking stag.
He's
We've
just-
all been to them. Mike Schreiner. Mike Schreiner should have gone to the Doug Ford stag.
Right.
That's what he should have done.
He should have.
That would be like a boss move. Imagine Mike Schreiner shows up. Doug would be like, give him whatever he wants.
We'd have
Fucking
to take him. If Mike was going to go, we'd have to take him.
Do you know what his
We'll
interest?
take him.
Do you know what his? Yeah, fucking, we'll take.
Come
him.
on, Mike.
Maybe we need to do a viral video of us taking Mike Schreiner to do something totally outside his wheelhouse
Right.
and fun.
Something
And
fun.
if we did that, would you come with us?
Yeah, for
My
sure.
grandma's coming too.
For sure. Bring her.
Yeah, because Grandma's gonna go on Mike.
Oh, she would.
Grandma's going Mike.
She would love. She'd be the life of.
He
the party.
is so busy. I mean, I don't know how he's still standing. I mean, every day Mike is participating somewhere with someone. He's all over Ontario. The guy works.
But I think that's his like. I kind of feel like that's his life mission. Like that's
Right.
his thing.
Yeah, he's found his wheelhouse. He likes to be.
That's why he's being
Community.
courted by other people.
Yeah.
The Liberal Party has nothing to offer
Well,
other than a base. They have a base.
yeah, I mean,
Clearly, and I'll argue this to the death. Zach, you put those numbers back up there from Ryan's.
I'm good with numbers. 5,007 or 7,000.
No,
6.
it was 7,002.
Oh, close.
And
Sorry.
I always think about those two people. Thanks.
I'd be more concerned about the other 7,000 that voted for Diane Valentine. But anyways,
Everyone got a little split. They got a little
yeah. But here's the
confused.
thing: is that if Mike Schreiner's going to go and dance with the Liberal Party of Ontario,
Yeah.
the best thing they could ever do is not run another candidate here, or like you. So when the Conservative Party and the Reform Party in Canada ran against each other during the Jean Chrétien and Paul Martin years, they could never win,
Right.
because they had such a political divide of Zach, don't move that. They had
Thanks, Zach.
all of these. Thanks, Zach. They had all these. They split down the middle to
Yeah.
the point where the Liberals would win every time.
Yeah.
So finally, there was a guy from Newfoundland. His name was Loyola Hearn, and there was two other people that basically architect the two parties together. And they
Right.
said the only way we're ever going to beat these guys is we're gonna put the Reform Party and the Reform Party and the Conservative Party together. And the leader was Stephen Harper,
Right.
and he ran that for 15 years. I don't know how Harps is there forever.
Yep. Harps.
So
Beauty.
yeah, but he was also like Toronto.
The original beauty.
Toronto educated. He was I think he was from Leaside. Lawyer, moved to Calgary, or born in Calgary, moved to Toronto, whatever it was. What was he? And he was there. He was the guy. I feel like that's what the Liberal Party is trying to do with the Green Party.
Well, we have to address the vote splitting, so something has to be done, coordinated.
What are your thoughts about Mike Schreiner joining the Conservative Party? Never thought of that one, did you? I just thought of that one right now.
I think it would be a cold, cold day.
Really?
Of course.
No,
it would.
yeah, no.
But you think it's a warmer day to join the Liberal Party?
So I think,
Or is it a Mike call? If it's a Mike call, it's okay.
yeah, I mean, he's going to make the call. I don't know what he's weighing out right now, but
I feel like he's the balance of power in a lot of ways.
well,
Because the world is moving to the way that when we look at the way people voted here for you, I look at those numbers. I'm like, the wins are in your sail.
right. Oh, for sure. I feel that.
Like, and
Yeah.
it's not like if the NDP is polling 7,000 here and you're polling 7,000 here and the Liberals are behind you,
Yeah.
wherever you go is the kingmaker.
Yeah.
So it's probably not a question. It's probably not a question for you because I don't want to get you in trouble. But I realize that I think there's a way that the Green Party is probably more powerful now than ever.
I think, yeah, there's great potential for the next 4 years to go really well for whichever path he picks.
Or stay the course.
Stay the course, or if he goes over to the Liberals. What I would hope for the Liberals is if they're going to do this move where they're looking for someone like Mike, then don't bring him over and muzzle him and try to do things again the way you've been doing them in the past. If this is a sign that you're intending to be different, modernize, let the party run forward in a way that speaks more to young people and current issues and is different from it has been in the past. Those are the things I'm going to be looking for from the Liberals, that these changes are starting to happen through their leadership and in their party. And the first sign that they seem willing to do that is this reach out to Mike.
Yeah. Well, listen,
Yeah.
this isn't a Ryan thing. This is a Beauty and the Beef thing, but they're fucking desperate.
Right.
The Rossi got smacked in the last election.
Yeah.
They haven't had a decent candidate since Kathleen Wynne, and she was a fucking train wreck.
Right.
McGuinty was a train wreck prior to that. So it's like the smartest thing they can do is if we have no talent within the party,
Yeah.
and we're still getting 6,000 votes, we're
Yeah.
running basically third or second in every riding in Ontario. We need to go out there and get the best guy at the leadership side, and it's Mike Schreiner.
He's the best.
He's
for
the fucking
sure.
best.
There's no question.
So you're gonna get him, and you're gonna be like, you're gonna morph 7,000 votes to Mike. You hope that because he's gonna shut down the party or move or morph the party.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a Mike call.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
But I think he's going to need to see some
He's
proof from the
moving.
Liberals
Yeah.
that they're willing to be different. He can't get himself backed in a corner or locked up.
You're selling your soul a little bit.
Really? You think so? I'm just saying what I would like to see from the Liberals, if they're going to make this move, continue going in that direction and make a difference that matters. If you want to,
I don't think Mike Schreiner would be okay. And I don't know, Mike. I don't know I've never even read the platform.
Right.
I voted for you because it's you.
Right.
And
Platform needs some work, but we'll get there.
I think that's actually a really good thing that we vote. Most people say, "Oh, you vote because the leader in Ontario." Right. I think in rural Ontario, you vote for the candidate a lot more than right.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
And I think we voted here because we love you and we believe in you and we believe in what you're doing. I think where Mike I hope he does the right thing because I think they've got such good groundwork at the Green Party.
I don't think there is a wrong thing for him. Either path he picks is going to be okay if he knows.
As long as
he's sure what he's doing and why he wants to do it, and he's always had clear intentions.
True.
The people he teams up with are transparent about their intentions.
The Liberal Party,
then you can get good movement.
Man of principles.
Yeah,
for
sure.
The Liberal Party in Ontario are motherfuckers. They have been forever.
Right.
They have been like the fact that people elected Dalton McGuinty and Kathleen Wynne for years.
Right.
And then we get Doug, and you hate Doug, and I love Doug. Well, it's true.
Right.
But
you don't hate.
Hate's strong. Hate is strong.
I
try not to hate anybody. There's purpose for us all with our different point of views working together.
You dislike Doug's.
I appreciate where he's gotten us and his purpose, but I can see where it's limited and when it will run out and how we need to change it moving forward if we're going to expand at the rate change is happening. These guys can't get up off the throne fast enough to keep up with change. It's too old.
Another great political answer.
Right.
Yeah,
Can I tell you a great Doug Ford story?
I have one too. Go ahead.
The boys and I are going to a Buffalo Bills game in Miami. There's 15 of us on a plane. It's early. It's 7 a.m. We're going in on probably Thursday or Friday. I don't know, Friday morning. We all got our Bills jersey on. That's what we wear. We're all sitting in the back of the bus. She's cheap tickets for a coach. And we were sitting there, and it's early. We're having a drink on the plane because they don't give a shit what time they serve you drinks on a plane. But in the rest of Ontario, where it's hell, they wait till 11, which makes 0 sense. If you're a politician listening, we get on the plane, we're having a drink, and who do we see walk to the back of the bus? Is Doug Ford and his people. You got one security guy with him, whatever. A man of the fucking people, not first class, nothing else.
But is it the man of the people?
He's the
is that what we're seeing?
That morning, he was the man of the fucking people.
He was the man of the bus. That's what he was.
He was the man of the people. Bus. No, because he's
under the bus right now.
He probably wasn't going. He wasn't going to Miami. We were flying to Fort Lauderdale. So there's the Bills are playing Miami.
That's how old he is.
No, he wasn't spending. He wasn't pissing away taxpayers' dollars on first class seats. That's the truth. And all the boys and all the guys in our group are like, there's an investment banker, there's a couple of small business owners, there's a guy who's a VP of a lighting company, there's a construction guy, there's a guy with Bell, there's a bunch of guys. And we're all sitting there, and we got our Bills jerseys on, and he walks back, and he kind of gives us a nod because he's a Bills fan. Mm-hmm. And we're like, he's sitting behind us. The fucking Premier of Ontario sitting behind us.
And he ripped his shirt off, and he was painted blue.
We're better than that. I've known Doug and his people for a long time. So the boys were like, and all the guys are fired up. They're like, that's a fucking guy we voted for. Like, yeah. And I was like, I'm getting Doug. When he gets off this plane, I'm fucking getting him. And they're like, what are you getting for him? I'm like, we're getting a group picture. We got her
jumping on his back, getting a piggyback, or what?
Doug Ford walks off the plane, and he comes at the hallway. And I go, Premier Ford, we got a bunch of small business owners. We got a bunch of construction guys. We got a bunch of guys here that all voted for you from all over rural Ontario. And we want a picture. And he goes, absolutely, boys, let's do it. And we have this unbelievable photo of 15 guys in Bills jerseys. And then
she's really going green in the face right now.
Well, that's her party. And then everybody after that, they're like, hey, we want a picture. And this guy's like, Mr. Ford's busy. We got to go. And he's down the escalator. We're like, leave him alone. We got our photo. We didn't give a shit. But the photo's incredible.
We need to see this photo.
What's your story? Opposite?
Let me see if I can find it.
So I don't think Mike will mind me sharing this story. It's
Yeah.
Mike's story
Let's do it.
of Ford. We were at an event.
No one's perfect. by
No
the
one's
way.
perfect.
No one's perfect.
Mike's as close to humanly perfect as it comes,
Yeah.
right? I mean, I've seen him pay for every coffee and he's just straight
Well,
up
he won't
honest.
take it, yeah.
No, he's not going to do any of that.
It better be organic coffee.
Right? Fair trade, all the
Yeah, fair trade. No cream.
we were at an event and he said, do you wanna hear a weird thing about Doug Ford? And I was like, yeah.
Just one.
Yeah, tell me.
His brother Rob.
Right. Well,
Crack, 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 crack. Okay.
Crack, crack. I like Rob.
I
Rob's
love
a good
that
guy.
song.
Anyways, keep going. I saw him at Homewood. Go ahead.
he goes, when you talk to him, he never blinks.
So he takes Botox.
Right.
We'll get there.
Right. And he's like, you're trying
I love how you're talking to me like,
I don't know where
No,
I'm
that's
supposed to be
okay.
talking.
Focus.
Anyways,
okay, so
that's
talk to me.
probably
Talk to me and not blink. Talk to me and not blink.
It's hard.
You think so?
So then we're
You just
talking about
blinked.
this, right?
I could do this all day.
He takes.
Is there like a psychological thing about not blinking?
Oh yeah.
So then Mike's like, I'm
It's
trying
trained.
to debate him, and I'm just thinking,
You blinked 40 times to my one.
when is this guy gonna blink? How long has it been since the man has blinked? I know it's really hard.
It blinks so quick you don't notice it.
Hey Zach, can
Did you
you
really-
can you just Google the purpose of blinking? Because I think it's to water your eyes.
Well, right? Do you need
To
some
water
Visine?
your eyes.
Well, I mean, you need to
That's
you need
that
to
is
lubricate your
scientific.
eyes.
That's scientific, right?
Would
there.
someone just practice
from the
holding their
Curse of Oak
eyes
Island.
open?
The Curse of Oak Island, you got to water your eyes.
Yeah, in the war room. I love the Curse of Oak Island.
Did you watch that?
Watch what?
The Curse of Oak Island.
I have not seen that.
I'm taking Chris there and my buddy Sean and our buddy Sean. I emailed them today. Hey, Chris.
Did you?
Yeah, I said it's time you had Beauty and the Beef there, and they're like, "What do you bring to the party?" I was like, "Fucking nothing." But I could bring a digger.
I'm gonna find a Bobby Dazzler.
There's this like trench in the Nova Scotia where they dig for
It's not a
treasure.
trench. It's an island.
Oh,
Do you want to go?
There's treasure.
If I asked you to go to an island with me, would you go?
It's treasure.
sure. Let's
The
go.
Knights Templar. The Knights Templar put treasure on this. island.
no! Ryan fell for it. If I asked you to go to an island with me, would you go? She's like, "Sure, let's go." Bad
Yeah.
idea.
Bad idea.
That's a sound clip you're gonna want to delete.
Yeah, Zach, can we
Curriculum.
delete that?
No.
Well, listen, Chris, got any questions for her? Anything outside the box? I mean, it's our first guest,
It is. Yeah.
and I'm so happy it's one of my childhood friends.
Yeah.
Who's
And
going
let's
to be
be
a
hon-
superstar?
Is if everyone's still awake, because we promised we wouldn't talk politics here, and that's no offense to you because you're a great guest.
I love.
However,
either.
yeah, no, this is good. We've humanized a politician.
Very human.
You're
Very-
not normal.
I'm not normal, but
You're not-
very human. Isn't
you're-
that part of being human?
It's a song.
Yeah,
it's Michael A.
absolutely.
Johnson's song.
Yeah,
Human.
we're all working at this being human thing. It's going pretty good.
I think you're going to do great things. I think you're going to be good. The last thing we need to do is
Yeah, let's do this. We have promised our followers for a while here that we were going to.
give away Morgan Wallen tickets.
Yeah. And if you've lasted this long,
So what I need you to do is, we had 1,871 entries.
Okay.
So we're going to have to give Zach a second here. I need to pick one number between 1,871. So first of all, thank you to everybody that shared and liked and did all the things we needed to do. Because, we should also say this.
yeah,
In the first week after 2 episodes, we ranked in the top 250 podcasts in Canada for 2 episodes.
Nice.
We're like you. We're a little bit green.
Good
we
job,
are,
boys.
and now
everybody's a little
we
bit
are
green.
240. We've got to be at least.
Well, when you bring a politician or Pornhub person on, you're ready to roll, boys. We're very grateful to people that have taken the
Absolutely.
time to share what we're doing. And Joe Rogan talks about it. Joe Rogan talks about it and says,
gonna-
if you don't keep going and you don't keep trying and it doesn't matter who you bring on, but like there's 5 million podcasts in that were surfaced last year.
Yep.
2 million of the 5 million were one podcast that stopped.
How many podcasts are there in Canada?
Yeah, I Googled it. I couldn't find it. I
No?
looked it up.
Right.
The number was 3 million, but it's not accurate. There's no way to actually figure it out. Go down to there,
Yeah.
up to the top, there, down. I looked. The point is this: we're doing this because we think it's fun, and I think having a guest was tons of fun,
It was a great time.
and I'd love to have Ryan back.
Oh yeah, we haven't even scratched the surface of things we can do.
Okay,
Don't know what that means.
I know what that. I've been told that a million times.
Right.
That's not a true number. So at the end of the day, there's a lot of numbers that are out there, but we're working at this, and every person that reposts or finds us on TikTok or Instagram, we're super thankful, and we're very thankful for you for being our first guest. If we ever make it big, you were the first guest.
I am honored to be here.
Aye.
You guys are a blast, and we'll do it again.
You're such a great friend. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
And so between 1,871 or 1,771, pick a number.
And between 0 and that number?
You can't pick 0 because 0 isn't a fucking number.
No, it's not.
Is that like a Green Party thing? I'll take -4.
That was good.
The scientist has that's good.
Oh, what's the
He
best
says
number to
between
pick?
1 and 1,771,
That'd be
and
a-
she says,
That'd be a mathematician.
What about lucky number 413?
413.
"Hey Zach, 413. Who's the winner? Give us their handle name.
Here we come.
Go
drum
back.
roll. Drum roll.
Sorry.
He's got it.
Drum roll.
I got the full list.
You got the full list. Here it comes. This should be
Isn't there
good.
AI technology that'll do this for you?
Is that artificial insemination?
Artificial insemination technology.
Give us the handle and I'll say it out loud. No shit. The winner is, oh my God. We for the transparency, we do not know this person. I have
Yeah.
no idea who she is, but she has been lighting us up like a Christmas tree. She must have half the entries. Traveling Mermaid. Emily, I have no idea where you're from.
But slip into Al's DMs.
No,
Oh.
I don't need. Hey, follow Ryan Kahro on Ryan Kahro GPO,
Yeah.
and I don't need any DM slips. I'm just.
Apparently she doesn't have legs.
She doesn't have legs.
She's a mermaid.
Oh, go down to that bikini photo.
That's cool.
Go down to that one.
Dad joke.
She's got legs.
Okay, there. Yeah.
So Emily,
False advertising.
I will be in touch. She's from Barrie, Ontario. I ordered that pictures from Barrie, Ontario, so I don't know what she's doing. She's got a boyfriend. Look at that guy, Ryan. Look at that guy.
He's
No.
a hunk.
He is a.
He's a
hunk.
beefcake.
Look at that guy. He's like me with a button up.
Good looking man.
Thank you.
Congratulations on two
Thank you.
fronts.
On
Emily Mermaid.
Congratulations on
Traveling
man.
mermaid.
Congratulations on the knockoff Carhartt man and the tickets.
The tickets.
We will be in touch with you, Ryan. We love you.
Yes, thank you.
And we want you to come back
Yeah, definitely.
right when you need donations.
Yeah. Let's
Get this
make
going.
some good change going forward for
All
the
right.
people.
For the people.
For the people.
All right. Beauty and the Beef, episode 3. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube because we need you. We
Yeah.
got 7.
We have videos now.
Yeah, we got videos now. Not just of us, but just of us.
Yeah. Doing this.
Well, we could put other ones up there. Oh, and I lost the Super Bowl bet, so I have to do a cold plunge.
Yeah.
Not good.
That was the bet.
The bet was a cold plunge. Thank you. Episode 3.
Peace.
Ryan Kahro. Thank you.